Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about a recently renamed project that already used to be a relatively popular project, and this project is about to get a Coinbase listing pretty soon, and this project is called MultiversX, or it's also known as Elron previously, or the EGLD token, right? Again, as always guys, I highly recommend you guys to do your own research on any of the projects we cover on our channel. And for this project, I recommend you guys to go to the website multiversx.com. That is multiversx.com in order to learn more about this project, right? So before we talk about MultiversX, I want to talk to you guys about Get.io. So again, in the description below, you'll find a link to the referral account for Get.io. So please use that in order to sign up for Get.io in order to get 30% trading fee rebate on any trades that you make on their platform, along with the fact that you will get an opportunity to buy really low market cap high quality gems before they hit multiple major exchanges, right? So check that out in the description. So let's go to Elron, and as you guys can see, I'm going to be addressing this as Elron because that's the most popular way of calling this token. But MultiversX is the actual new name of this project, right? So Elron, if you guys don't already know, is a blockchain protocol that seeks to offer extremely fast transaction speeds by using sharding. So they are one of the most popular blockchains out there that's known for providing extremely fast transaction speeds by using a concept called sharding, which was used by Elron even before Ethereum started implementing or started to use that for Ethereum 2.0, right? So that's the main highlight of what Elron or MultiversX is. The project describes itself as a technology ecosystem for the new internet, which includes fintech, decentralized finance, and the Internet of Things. Its smart contracts execution platform is reportedly capable of 15,000 transactions per second, 6-second latency, and less than 1 cent. In fact, it's $0.001 transactions cost. So clearly, this is a very powerful layer 1 blockchain that can do pretty much a whole ton of transactions, about 15,000 of them per second, with extremely fast latencies. In fact, it's 6-second latency is one of the lowest in the crypto space because it's taking less than a fraction of a second to do that when it comes to any transaction. You don't really feel that way. It's, even though it's 6 seconds, you feel it as though it's less than 6 seconds, right? That's how fast this blockchain is, and the transaction cost is significantly lower than multiple other layer 1 blockchains, including that of Ethereum, right? So that's the quick background and overview of Elron. I don't want to talk about Elron in detail here based on CoinMarketCap's page, because you can clearly see that they haven't really updated a lot of their information with regards to the MultiversX. So therefore, I'm going to jump to their website, which is multiversx.com, and this is the place where you can get all the recent updates and information about Elron, right? So if you don't know anything about Elron, it's just a fast blockchain that has extremely high transaction speeds and low transaction costs. But if you want to know more about the recent developments, you need to go to the website. So what MultiversX is basically a scale across the multiverse platform that's used to build new dApps and new economies along with new worlds. So what Elron is doing is, since they've pioneered the fast layer 1 blockchain tech, they are trying to expand that to allow for building not only new apps but also new economies as well as new worlds altogether, right? So they're trying to explore their metaversal potential using the technology that they've already mastered, right? So you can see the cool graphics in the background here, and if you're a builder who wants to start building metaversal projects on a very fast blockchain such as Elron, you can click the start building button here and start building right away, right? The transaction costs are in fact much less than what we already discussed on CoinMarketCap's page. So this is why I want to bring this difference, because CoinMarketCap's page is still not updated to MultiversX, and therefore they are mentioning that the transaction speed is 0.001 US dollar per second, per transaction. And in MultiversX, they are going even lower than that by stating that it's 0.00025 dollars per transaction. So this is even more faster and more advanced than the previous version of Elrond, right? They already have a bunch of validator nodes, about 3,200 of them. So this is a fast growing number. And if you see, they're fully carbon neutral. So this is a fully carbon neutral metaversal blockchain that is even more cheaper than its previous version, right? So those are the quick highlights of MultiversX. So the power of MultiversX is basically, what's the main reason why they rebranded to MultiversX? MultiversX is a highly scalable, secure, and decentralized blockchain network created to enable radically new applications for users, businesses, society, and the new metaverse frontier. So obviously you're keeping all the benefits of a fast blockchain from Elrond, but you're adding the metaversal concept to it and making it all applicable to the metaversal space as a whole. And that's the power of MultiversX, right? So that's the benefit and the reason why they've changed and rebranded to MultiversX. And this is a cool video that I highly recommend you guys to watch to understand this project as a whole. I'll let that as an assignment for you guys. So opening the metaverse to the world today. So if you are interested in learning more about this, they have a dedicated FAQ section here which you can click to access that. And they have a product called Fabric, so sovereign blockchain module and core blockchain application. So they have a module called Fabric, which provides users with or developers with an opportunity to build core blockchain applications within the Fabric module. It's deployable in minutes, fully customizable, including a great set of features and use cases for any creative brand, creative brand or company. So clearly they're trying to create modules that collectively enables the transactions to become even more efficient and faster, and any form of basic core blockchain applications can be clubbed in together through the Fabric module, right? So that's where Fabric comes into play. You can click join X Fabric in order to learn more. They also have portals, so the portal to the metaverse. Clearly the portal indicates a form of entry point to the metaverse within the MultiversX ecosystem. The home of your avatar, everything finance, a debit card, friends, chat, and social, accessible to anyone, anywhere in the world. So this is the big multiversal project that they're going to unveil pretty soon. It's currently not active yet, so you can't really learn. You can still learn more about it, but you can't really access it at this point, right? So this is going to be the breakthrough project that's going to be launched by MultiversX or the Elrond team, right? If you scroll further below, they also have a module called Worlds, a world creation engine, a network of interoperable metaverses, the very first metaverse planet of this new world. So Elrond is always known for doing things in a grandiose manner. So they are trying to club all the metaverses that you can possibly create into a thing called a planet. So this planet will kind of encompass multiple metaverses that acts as the world, which is why it's called the Worlds project. And this is currently accessible in its early stages, right? You can click join X Worlds in order to join this, and it has a whole suite of tools and engines that you can use to create a planet from multiple metaverses, right? So MultiversX is the most advanced blockchain architecture in the world and the most impactful ecosystem spanning DeFi, NFTs, Web3, and the metaverse. So obviously, Elrond, when it was Elrond, was a very popular and very diversified blockchain infrastructure overall. By adding the concept of metaverse, the newer Elrond version called MultiversX is clearly much more advanced than that, and is capable of not only supporting metaverse but also all the existing DeFi, NFTs, and Web3 infrastructures, right? So that's pretty obvious, and you probably are familiar about this right now. So for some reason I can't really go through the, okay, now it's working right now. It seems like the website is causing some trouble. So if you have that issue, you can use that in your, you can open the website on your browser on your laptop or desktop so that it will work more efficiently, right? So here they have some nice blocks which you can play around with, which is pretty cool for people who want to interact with the website itself. And apart from that, if you see, they have crypto payments in the blink of an eye, which is obviously an application they've already been offering. Accept online payments at the most competitive rates, send money as easily as sending messages. So all these are functionalities that we already saw before from Elrond itself, right? So They also have a token to power the multiverse, which is obviously the EGLD token or the EGLD token. So this EGLD token is basically the same ticker symbol of the well-known EGLD token, and they are still retaining the original name, which is pretty good, so that it doesn't cause confusion to people. And it's a token of the MultiversX network, right? Its utility comprises all core network functionalities such as staking, governance, transactions, smart contract, and validator rewards. So all these typical staking functionalities as well as utility and governance functionalities are available for the EGLD token as well, right? So the token as of now is trading at $43.51, and the market cap is 1.04 billion. We'll go through all these metrics in a few seconds, and you can see all these wallet information along with the percentage of this token staked, which is about 60%, right? So all this important information can be seen on the website. It's built to scale, so you can clearly see that they have the scaling concept is a principal core of EGLD and Elrond, and therefore they've built this MultiversX platform for the scalability of metaverses as well, right? So here you can learn more information about how MultiversX can process multiple different transactions and the speeds, as well as more information about how it's inexpensive and carbon negative, and so on and so forth. And you can learn more about that as well. So it's an evolution in communication, so just like writing, but significantly more powerful. It's an evolution of the internet. It's a digital frontier for metaverses, and it's an ultimate evolution, which is how they're calling themselves. Without a blockchain, the metaverse cannot exist, and they want MultiversX to be the main blockchain, right? They have tons of other information as well on the website, along with social media information at the bottom of their page to become a part of their social media community, right? So they have a very robust and jam-packed website with a lot of interesting information presented in relatively bite-sized pieces, which you can access for do your own research project, right? So going to the CoinMarketCap page for this token, as you saw, is trading at $43.53 at the time of making this video, and it's currently ranked number 41st, which is pretty good. It's retained its top 50 ranking even in the market downturn, and this token in the past 24 hours has been pumping. So this is mainly because of the fact that this token has been announced by Coinbase, that it has been added to their roadmap, and this is obviously getting picked up by the members of the crypto community, that this is a token that will get listed on Coinbase pretty soon, and that's why they're buying this token like crazy, which is causing a small pump, right? I think yesterday this token was pumping at around 7% in the past 24 hours, but now the pump is slowly starting to decrease. I think in about a few days from now, you will see the pump kind of like become a dump, right? So this is obviously not the best time to buy, because even a 3.53% pump in the past 24 hours could mean that a dump is coming pretty soon. So I would suggest you guys to hold off on buying this token for now until this token starts going in the red, which is the best time to buy this token, right? So going with regards to the token itself, it's available in not only in its own native blockchain, which is the MultiversX blockchain, but it's also available as a token in other platforms as well. It's available on the BNB chain as well, and you can see the BEP20 contract address here if you want to copy it and add it to your MetaMask, right? If you scroll further below, you can see the tags and see that it's a Binance Launchpad project, so it's been very successful as a Binance Launchpad project. It's also a part of the Binance Labs portfolio, Electric Capital portfolio, X Network Capital portfolio, Elrond ecosystem, as well as a part of other platforms as well, including Injective Protocol and the BNB chain, right? So those are important information to know. When it comes to market cap, you already saw it's a $1.03 billion market cap, a big project, but I feel like the metaverse concept itself is brand new, and you can clearly see that any metaverse project that you take is getting pounded really hard because of the market downturn. But I can easily see that in the next 5 to 10 years from now, metaverse projects will be the norm, and metaverses will be a relatively common thing, just like how we are using internet right now, right? So I think a project like MultiversX, which is trying to focus on giving the best quality and the best chance for metaverse survival, this is going to be a really huge deal, and therefore the market cap is going to grow exponentially in the future, which is just my personal opinion, and therefore I feel like the project can still have more room to grow, right? So if you think that you missed out on this project, the market cap is not the only metric that you need to understand. You should also understand the fact that this is a relatively new concept. The metaverse project itself is a relatively new concept in general, and therefore there's a lot of room for any metaverse project, including MultiversX, to grow, right? Despite the these short-term increase in price, the market cap is also seemingly increasing in the past 24 hours about 3.54%. So please make sure that you don't buy this project when it's in the green, because there is going to be a downturn when it comes to this token pretty soon, which you don't want to be a part of, right? So once the token is dumped, then you can buy it. If you buy it right now, it's going to dump and you're going to lose your money, right? So volume wise, this token has been gaining some good volume in the past 24 hours, obviously because of the Coinbase announcement, and the 24-hour volume has been $39.9 million, which is pretty cool. And most of the volume is coming from centralized exchanges, which accounts for close to 40. Obviously the centralized volume seems to be quite high than the decentralized exchange volume, which is obviously not that great, but at the same time, people are choosing to trade this token in the centralized exchanges rather than use MultiversX itself to trade this token, right? Which is quite interesting. When it comes to the max supply, this token has a fixed max supply of 31.4 million tokens, which is pretty good, which is even less than 50 million tokens. A lot of projects have 1 billion or even 10 billion tokens as max supply. So this token having 31.4 million tokens is pretty good. And the circulating supply is also pretty amazing as well, because there's 75% of the tokens in the max supply that are already in circulation, which only leaves room for a little bit more tokens to be dumped into the market before this token can become completely independent of any tokenomics based price slumping, right? So this token is quite strong in its tokenomics, which is pretty good. If you look at the charts, again, you can see that this project has done really well for, especially for people who participated in the Binance launchpad, back then when this token was known as, Elrond or ERD, where this token was trading at around $17.67 as of 4th of September 2020. And it literally started going ballistic after the launch from Binance, reaching as high as $195.90 as of 9th of February 2021. And then kind of took a breather, went up, down, and then during the recent bull rally, the token shot up all the way to $500 per token, and this was achieved on 22nd of November 2021, and before then, after then it started crashing, reaching a price of about $125, and then making a small dead cat bounce of $198 before crashing all the way down to a price of $54. Now it's kind of going in a downward direction, but obviously due to the 24-hour pump, you can't really notice that in this chart. This token is kind of like slightly inflated, but I think its fair market value is going to be somewhere in the $35 to $40 in that range, right? So you can wait till this token goes back to that price point to buy more of this token, and at the same time get exposure to short-term price gains even before the Coinbase listing actually happens, right? So that's a best strategy that I would suggest for this token. So if you want to know how much money you can put into this token, I usually give out 3 price options. One for people who want to take little to no risk, as well as the slightly riskier option, and then the third one is the degen option, right? So since this is a very well established project that is extremely trustworthy, I would suggest you to put no more than $500 as a low risk option. I know it sounds like a lot of money, but for a project of this caliber, and they've constantly been updating, and they're one of the most oldest blockchains out there in the crypto space, at least in the terms of crypto years, you can consider Elrond or MultiversX existing for quite some time, right? So I think that increases the trust factor slightly, making it a project that you can at least invest $500 on. And when you do that, you get 11.49 tokens at the time I'm making this video. But as I said, if you buy it a little bit later, you will probably get it for a much cheaper price, which means you can probably accumulate about close to 12 to 12.5 tokens if you invest $500, right? And I feel like this project can do an easy 10 to 20x easily in the next couple of bull rallies later on, because I feel like the next bull rally will be in about a year and a half, a year from now, but you need to wait for at least 5 to 10 years before you can see some major pump, because metaverse is still in its extremely early infancy stage, and a lot of people don't really know what metaverse even means. So I think it's going to take a while before this token can start pumping. But I think once the metaverse concept starts becoming a mainstream name, I think this project will start showing a really huge pump, reaching as high as 20x, which is definitely possible for this project, right? If you want to go into a little bit more riskier territory, you can invest no more than $1,000, which will give you some decent exposure and decent upside potential. So if you put in $1,000, you get 22 tokens, obviously 23 tokens or more if you wait a little longer. And this token does 20x, you make $20,000 from a $1,000 investment, right? But it will definitely take some time. If you're going to go to the degen approach, then $5,000 will give you a degen opportunity to buy 115 to 116 tokens if you buy it a little later on. And if it does a 20x, you will probably make like 100,000 dollars from a $5,000 investment, which is definitely possible, but it will definitely take like 5 to 10 years from now before metaverse even becomes a thing and before MultiversX can make some really significant gains, right? So that's just my opinion, guys, from financial advice. These are just numbers that I'm basically suggesting. It doesn't mean that you have to use these numbers to invest itself. The market is quite volatile, so make sure that you conserve your capital and try to only invest in projects that you strongly believe in, right? I personally believe in the success of EGLD as well as MultiversX, the entire project along with the token itself, and therefore I would not be hesitating to put at least $1,000 into this project. But I definitely don't suggest people putting in $5,000 because it's definitely a decent move, right? So when it comes to markets itself, this project is already available in several high quality popular exchanges including Binance, KuCoin. If you are a person who uses Korean exchanges, you can use Bithumb, Kraken, Bitfinex, and so on and so forth. You can also use Binance Smart Chain or BNB Chain to buy this token as a BEP20 format in PancakeSwap as well, and OKX or other central exchanges, right? So I think if you can buy this token from a reputed exchange that doesn't have a risk of losing your funds, Binance is probably going to be the best centralized exchange for now, at least. I would still not suggest you to put your money longer into centralized exchanges. You only need to put the money that you're willing to trade. Once you bought a particular token, move it to your decentralized wallet right away, right? I would not recommend you to hold any of your funds on any exchange, including Binance, even though Binance is kind of like clear themselves as a relatively reputable exchange in the crypto space, but you can't say the same for all these other exchanges, right? So I want to make sure that you guys are aware of that. We don't want another FTX based situation and a lot of people losing a lot of money, right? For decentralized option, obviously buying this token from MultiversX's exchange itself. They have their own exchange on EGLD or Elrond. You can buy it there and store it in your wallet right away, or you can buy the BEP20 version from PancakeSwap and move it to your, store it in your MetaMask, right? So that's another option as well. So what's my final verdict on this token, guys? I think this project is extremely new. They are always ahead of the curve. I've always seen Elrond as a project that has always been extremely fast and extremely ahead of the curve compared to several other blockchains. And they're trying to do the exact same thing when they rebranded to MultiversX, because they want to focus on not just the metaverse, but the multiverse itself. So multiverse, if you guys don't know, is a collection of metaverses. So when other projects are thinking about the metaverse, they're thinking about the multiverse. So that's how advanced they are, and that's how I've always known them to be. And I think that's one of the main reasons why they have continued to become relevant, and they've continued to be one of the top 50 projects in the CoinMarketCap page. And I think this is one of the biggest success projects that has existed in the crypto space, and I feel like they're going to make more and more successes in the future, right? So I think MultiversX has a special place in my portfolio. I personally have invested in MultiversX, but again, this is not going to be a biased opinion. I'm just stating facts for facts, and I feel like MultiversX also has a lot of challenges to go through. They are basically going ahead of the curve, but they're still in a territory that is extremely new and extremely dangerous. It's still the Wild West for metaverse and multiverse as a whole. So the relevance is going to be based on how successful metaverse is, and it seems like they're going all in on the metaverse multiverse concept, right? So I think if the metaverse concept succeeds in the future, which I personally believe it will, then MultiversX will be close to a 20 to 30 billion dollar market cap project in the crypto space, and they will start getting a lot of adoption from a lot of high quality projects in the future, right? But if for some reason there's still a chance that multiverse or metaverse doesn't become popular, then they will continue to be relevant as a just another multiverse or metaverse project in the crypto space, right? So make sure that you do your research, and it also depends on your personal bias on whether you believe that the metaverse project is going to be a thing in the future, or whether multiverse is just a fad that is used to extract money for a particular token, right? So I want you guys to make that decision yourself, but from my side, I'm super bullish on the MultiversX or EGLD token, right? Again, remember guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.